In our session today, we will be calculating the area of our circle when we're given the diameter and using pi to equal 22/7. And if you're ready, let's get started. So in our example today, we are going to be calculating the area of our circle when our pi is equal to 22/7. And as always, remember, always begin by first writing out your formula so that you can keep a focus on what it is you need to do. Now remember that for the area formula, it is called for you to use the radius and not the diameter. So to begin, the first thing we're going to do is calculate our radius. And remember that when calculating your radius, remember that your radius is half the length of whatever your diameter is. And since our diameter for this question is equal to 14, that means we will be dividing 14 in half, which will equal to 7 centimeters. So for this question, our radius is equal to 7 centimeters. So now that we have the length of our radius, let's go back and now start our substitution. So we know that pi is equal to 22/7, and our radius for this question is equal to 7 centimeters. And remember that that 7 centimeters is also being squared. I remember that when it comes to being squared, it means that the number is being multiplied to itself. So when we have 7 times 7, that will equal to 49. And now we will be multiplying straight across. Remember that with fractions, we multiply numerator times numerator. And we multiply our denominators times denominators. But remember with your fractions, if you have a whole number and you feel more comfortable putting that 1 in the denominator, by all means, feel free to do that. But I feel that at this stage, we should be able to work past that by now. So we will be working without including the 1 in our denominator. So let's begin our multiplication so that we can simplify our numerator first. So we will be multiplying 22 times our 49. And 9 times 2 will give us 18. We'll put our 8, carry the 1. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 1 will equal to 19. Remember that before you begin multiplying by a 4, always input that 0, then begin your multiplication. So 4 times 2 is equal to 8. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. Let's sum our numbers together. And we have 8 plus 0 is 8. 9 plus 8 is equal to 17. We put our 7, carry the 1. 8 plus 1 is 9, and 9 plus 1 will equal to 10. So now that we have simplified our numerator, let's begin our substitution to clean up all of the information that we have. And we will be plugging in our 1078 in the numerator. And now that we have cleaned up our numerator, let's dive into our final step where we are now going to begin our division. So we are dividing our 7 into our 1078. I remember that 7 is usually one of those digits when you are dividing that does not divide out completely. So it may be a case where you may have to go back or you may have to do a little bit of division past your decimal points. But whenever you're working with 7, just be a little bit prepared for that. So let's dive into our division. So 7 can divide into 1, so we would add a 0. 7 will divide into 10, ones. 1 times 7 is equal to 7. 10 minus 7 will give us a difference of 3. We'll bring down our 7, changing 3 into 37. 7 will divide into 37 5 times. 5 times 7 is equal to 35. 37 minus 35 will equal to 2. We bring down that 8, changing 2 into 28, and 7 divides into 28 4 times, and 4 times 7 is equal to 28, and 28 minus 28 gives us the difference of 0. So we see that our area for our circle is 154. Our units is centimeters, and remember that area is always in squared units. Now, just to do a little bit of piggybacking, Now, one of the key reasons why we must practice and develop our skills is because at this point, for some of you, you may have realized that you could have skipped all of this other, I guess, lovely working that we did on the side with the multiplication by 49 and then our division. Simply if we knew our rules and were able to apply our rules for simplifying fractions. Because at this point, we could have simplified the numbers 7 and 49 by dividing 7 into 7, which would have given you 1, and then dividing 7 into 49, which would have equaled to 7. And then at this stage, you would have then been multiplying 22 times 7, which would have given you your 154 centimeters squared. So when it comes to practicing and enhancing your skill, these steps are very important and very crucial because it helps you even when you're sitting exam to save time without having to do a bunch of other tedious working that you can just do by just applying simple rules that you should know at this point. But remember that if you're not at that stage as yet, still practice. That's the importance of practicing so that you can develop your skills and become better. So, if this video was very helpful to you, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and make sure that you subscribe to my page so that you can see more videos on calculating the area of your circle when they are posted. And until next time, as always, this is Jules Math Tools, where we aim to make math easy.